Welcome back to another episode of MotoGP Mac, and today we're going to talk about the results from the MotoGP race in Malaysia that happened this morning. Now, before we get into it, here is how they finished. Elia Bastianini won it from Alex Marquez, Pecco Bagnaia, Jorge Martin, Fabio Quartararo, Marco Bezzecchi, Franco Morbidelli, Jack Miller, Fabio Di Giannantonio, Luca Marini, Maverick Vinales, Johan Zarco, Marc Marquez, Augusto Fernandez, Pol Espargaro, Iker Lecuona, Alvaro Bautista, Taka Nakagami was the last rider across the line. Brad Binder crashed. Aleix Espargaro, Raul Fernandez, Miguel Oliveira, and Joan Mir also did not finish the race. Now, if I'm honest, it was a complete surprise at NEA this weekend how he approached it. Now, we do know that he likes and gets on with the track really well, but again, it was amazing to see. He was very patient at turn one. He didn't outbrake himself, took the lead, and was never bettered. A great race as well for Alex Marquez. You could see at the end of the race, though, he was completely exhausted in Parc Ferme. Really, really good. Good to see the confidence. So he did say that, when he stopped riding the bike more aggressively and was more smoother with the bike, it seems to work for him. Solid race as well for Pecco Bagnaia. Put a little bit of manners on Jorge Martin. They did battle a little bit. It was good to see. But again, the title race is still on. 2 rounds to go. It's only 14 points now between them. Solid race as well for Jorge Martin, but you could definitely see the setup of the bike was more geared for him being out in front. And what I mean by that is it did seem after 5 or 6 laps, the tyre pressures did go way too high for him, and he wasn't able to do anything after that. Really good race for Fabio Quartararo after a poor race yesterday. He did get hung out to dry in the sprint race in the first couple of corners, and that was the end of it. Again, Marco Bezzecchi, solid, but his championship run is over in my opinion. Really good race for Franco Morbidelli, must give it to him. He did well today's race, so definitely really, really good. Again, solid from Jack Miller in the top 10. Fabio Di Giannantonio didn't do himself too bad. But again, that Honda seat now looks really likely that it's going to be out of his reach. Maybe he could go to VR46 next season, as the person that finished behind him, Luca Marini. Apparently, the bookie's favourite now to go to LCR or to go to Repsol Honda. I believe a few of the T's need to be crossed and I's dotted, and we should know more by Qatar. Maverick Vinales, again, okay race. Himself, Zarco were, I suppose, anonymous in that race. We didn't really see too much of them. Marc Marquez, again, similar. Didn't see too much of him today. He didn't say before the weekend that this race was not going to suit them. So there we have it. Pretty poor showing from Augusto Fernandez in 14th. I would have thought he would have been a little bit higher. But again, he beat his teammate home. Iker Lecuona and Alvaro Bautista, again, Iker is definitely not showing his best foot if you wanted that Repsol Honda seat. And Alvaro, I guess, look, there was a lot of stuff that he needed to learn and understand in this weekend, and his test pace didn't show true to what his pace was at a GP weekend. And Nakagami, he recovered after falling, but not really a great weekend for him. Brad Binder had a strange crash, lost the front, I think out in turn 11. And the other thing notable for Joan Mir is that the crash count for the two Repsol Honda riders now in 2023 is 50, and that's including missing 9 races for both riders. So definitely something very strange going on there with Repsol Honda. All in all, I don't think it was a bad race. I just don't think it was an exciting race. There was a couple of laps of excitement between Pecco and Jorge Martin, but after that it kind of fizzled out. But I definitely love to know your thoughts. What did you think of the Malaysian Grand Prix? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.